So our meeting is now streaming on Facebook.
Hey.
All right, there we are. So we'll give usually people about a minute to hop on, but for everyone who is here now, my name is Kurt Schuler, broker owner of Schuler Bauer Real Estate Services. Here with us today for our Wellness Wednesday, we have Ryan Ho from Exhale Yoga. So Ryan, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
Really,
So
really an honor when you asked me to.
yeah. Well, I know you did the private class for Amy and I when we had our anniversary, and that went really well. So it was kind of a no-brainer.
Thank you.
But yeah, let's get into it. So I'd say from a yoga perspective, how many years have you been doing yoga?
About 2.5 years.
Okay. Were you doing any sort of different exercises or workouts prior to that, or did you just jump right into yoga?
Well, I've been in martial arts since I was like 7 years old. Taekwondo. I'm actually a master instructor in Taekwondo.
That's awesome. So since you've been doing yoga and interacting with others who have either started yoga or been doing yoga for a long time, how would you say it helps you and others mentally and physically?
Well, mentally, it definitely helps relieve some stress. I started yoga when I was going through like a stressful time at work, and it really helped me by taking me away from real life and just being present in the moment. And also like a lot of the movements, it's like they call it, or a lot of people call it meditation in motion. And really that like kind of distracts you from the real world and you're just being present there in the moment. Physically, any kind of active movements is going to help you no matter how you do it. And the good thing about yoga is you can have many different levels in the same room, and you can go at your own pace. You can modify, step back a little bit, or you can take advancements if you just want to do some more. So really, you can bring your own practice to um, to whatever you're doing and whatever class it is. You can bring in your own abilities and work towards your strengths, or even if you can do the advancements, you may just not feel like doing it that day, or you just want to lay back. So it's very accepting for a variety types of people.
Perfect. Yeah, I know. I've done a few different types of yoga, and there were some I was like, that felt more like a workout than it did a relaxing. But then on the other hand, there's some where after doing it, you just feel like your body melted into the ground, and you don't want to do anything for the rest of the day but relax. So yeah, I guess could you give us kind of just a ground rule of what we'll be doing today?
I'm going to assume that majority of the viewers are going to be beginners, so I'm not going to go very full all out. I'm hoping to like open up the hips and stress the hamstrings, maybe work out some core muscles, particularly the abdomen. But everybody just take their own pace, and everyone has different bodies. So I might be saying like, okay, we're working out the hips here, but you may feel it somewhere else, and that's perfectly fine. It just depends on your body.
Okay, excellent. Well, I'm going to put you on speaker view, and I'm going to mute myself so no one else has to hear some grunts and groans that I'll probably be making or see me struggling. And then at the end, we'll pop on back together. And again, thank you for coming on. And we're excited to have you here.
Great, no problem. Thank you. Okay, everybody get started in a comfortable seat. You can have one foot in front of the other. This is how I like to begin most of my classes and both yoga and in Taekwondo. Index fingers connect with your thumbs and then roll the rest of your fingers like you're holding an egg and then rest your hands onto your knees. Close your eyes. Start to slow your breath. Begin to breathe in through your nose, count of 6, and out through your nose, count of 6. If that's a little difficult for you, you're just working towards slowing your breath to that. Imagine when you're breathing in, you're sending your breath 1 inch below your belly button. And then as you breathe out, coming from your belly up and out through your nose. Also, if it helps, think about a mantra you can say to yourself. The one I would offer is I breathe in patience. I breathe out inspiration. Slow. Slowly go onto your forehead and give yourself a massage on your forehead. Thumbs to your temple and in circular motion, rotate one direction and then the other. Take your index fingers to the corner of your eyes, follow your eyelids up towards your ears. Press into your cheeks and move your jaws a lot. Interlace your hands together. Deep inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth and push your hands forward. Inhale, hands back. Exhale, push forward. Inhale. And exhale. Hands behind your head. This time we're moving our hands up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, pushing your hands up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale. One last time, and when we stretch our hands to the sky, hold it there. Stretch. And then open your hands, release your hands from each other, and then take a side body stretch to the right. Maybe turn your chest up towards the ceiling and engage up there. And come back to center, other side. Feel a long stretch on your right side body. Again, you can turn your chest more towards the sky and then look up there. And hands back to center. Inhale and then exhale. Just let your hands fall down. Everybody roll onto your back. Just lay down and then hug in both your knees towards your shoulder or your chest and then rock side to side, making it feel good. And then open your hands out to your T, bump your hips over to the right a little bit, and then let your knees fall over to the left, gaze over to the right. One more breath here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth as you let your knees come back up to center. Now, this time bump your hips over to the left a little bit and then let your knees roll over to the right. Turn your gaze over to your left hand for more of a twist. And then inhale. Exhale, you bring your knees up, back to center. Let both your feet fall to the mat. And then hands behind your head. Careful not to strain your neck. But lift your head and shoulders up. Then raise your right leg to the sky. Keeping your head and neck, or your head and shoulders up off of the mat. Lower your right leg to a hover and lift back up to the sky. Lower down your head and shoulders, lower down your feet. Lift your head and shoulders, straighten up your left leg to the sky, and let your left leg counter hover, and then back up. Lower your head and shoulders, lower your feet. And lift up your head and shoulders, lift up both your feet. Straighten out your right leg, then lower your right leg to your hover. Lift your right leg back up, bend both your legs, feet come down, head and shoulders come down. Then one last time, the other side, lift your head and shoulders, both feet raise off the mat, straighten out your left leg, then let your left leg come down to a hover, left leg back up to the sky, bend both legs, both legs hit the ground, and then your head and shoulders down. Now hands can come by your side or underneath your hips. Both feet up to the sky, straight legs. See if you can bring your toes closer to your feet. And you can keep your head and shoulders down for this one, but for more intense in the abs, lift your head and shoulders, and for a count of 10, we'll lower our feet all the way down to the ground. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. And hug both your knees in towards your chest. Rock forward and back. Look forward and back until you can gain enough momentum. Come up to a seat. And then plant your hands onto the mat. And have both knees down on tabletop. So just inhale, arch your back, cow pose. Exhale, round your back, cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, round your back, cat. And bring your back to a neutral spine, flat back. Tuck your toes and lift your knees up. Push through your hands, tailbone up and back, down your dog. And walk your dog right here. Bend your left knee and your right, left and then right. Lift your right leg up into the sky. Bend your knee and then stack your hips, pointing your lifted knee up towards the ceiling. Try to keep your shoulders squared. And then straighten out your lifted leg. Square your hips. Send your knee to your nose. And then let your right foot fall on the inside of your right hand. Then step forward with your left foot to a forward fold, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift, half, or flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, expand, hands up to the sky. Turn your pinkies towards one another, stretch up higher. Let your right hand fall to your side and take your side of your body, stretch over towards the right. Just like we did in seated breathing, and turn your hips, or turn your chest towards the ceiling. And come back up to center. Let your left hand fall to your side Take a side body stretch over to the left. Turn your chest up. And then come back up to center. Inhale. Stretch up higher. Exhale. Forward fold. Hands down to the mat. Inhale. Halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale. Forward fold. You step your right leg to the back of your mat into your low lunge and let your right knee come to the ground. You can keep your back foot tucked or untucked, and then rise up with your hands onto the low lunge. And if this is a bit much to have your hands up, you can have your hands resting on your knee. Take another inhale here into the nose. Exhale through the mouth as you let your right hand fall to the mat and a little bit of a twist here. So you can reach up higher with your left hand. And your left hand should be in line with your right hand. And let both hands frame your front foot. Wiggle your left foot up a little bit for a half split. And then you can choose to keep upright or you fold down a little bit more, feel more tension in your hamstrings here. And inhale, bring your foot back to the ground and bend your front knee. Plant through your hands, tuck your back foot, lift your knee, and then send your left leg back to the back of the mat. We're in three-leg dog on the second side. Bend your knee, your left knee, and stack your hips. Left knee is pointing towards the ceiling, keeping square shoulders if you can. And then straighten out your lifted legs, square your hips. Send your knee to your nose and set your left foot on the inside of your left thumb. Step forward with your right foot. Standing at the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right, spin hands up to the sky. Turn your pinkies towards each other. Let your right hand fall to your right side, stretch. Side body stretch to the right. Inhale, back to center. Left hand down. Side body stretch to the left. Inhale. Back to center. Hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. This time left leg steps to the back of the mat. Low lunge. And then let your left knee meet the mat. Inhale as you raise your hands up to the sky. Again, you can always take the option of putting your hands on to your knee, your front knee. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down to the mat. You could twist, reach up higher with your right hand to the sky. Exhale, both hands, frame your front foot, wiggle your right foot up a little bit, and then straighten out your right knee. You just do that so that our hips don't go behind our left knee. And then, again, you can stay here or fold forward. Inhale, and rebend your right knee. Plant your hands to the mat. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, and then send your right foot up and back, three-leg dog. Set your right foot down to the mat into downward facing dog. Shift forward, high plank, shoulders stacked over your wrist. And for a count of 5, lower down, your belly touches the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift your upper body up, cobra. Exhale, back down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back down. And one last time, inhale, cobra. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back. Push your hands downward facing dog. And lift your right leg up to the sky. Send your knee to your right wrist and then let your knee come to the ground and set your chin about a 45-degree angle to a half pigeon. You can stay upright on your hands. You can come down onto your forearms, or you can go into sleeping pigeon where your forehead can come to your hands or onto the ground. If you're going to go to sleeping pigeon, try to stimulate your third eye by placing it onto something. And this is just to maybe inspire some intuition. Keep breathing. Notice your breath. If it is moving faster, try to slow it down. In through your nose, out through your nose. And then push through your hands, lift back up, and then send your right foot up and back, 3-legged dog. Bend your top knee, stack your hips. Maybe you can begin to roll over and set your right foot onto the ground. Put a waddle thing. This is like a back bend here. And then pick up your right foot, back up, plant both hands to the mat, and switch sides, left foot up, moving into half pigeon, send your left knee to your left wrist. 45-degree angle with your chin. Again, you stay more actively by being under your hands, or you can go down to your forearms, or go down to sleeping pigeon. I'm going to stay here for a moment. Notice your breath. Plant both hands down onto your mat and pick up your left leg up into the sky. Find the same kind of movement we did on the first side. Bend in your knees. Maybe roll it all the way over to your left foot touches the mat to a wild thing. And then come back onto both hands and let both feet meet the mat, downward facing dog. Sit forward to high plank, and this time let your right forearm come down and then your left forearm come down. And I normally do like a 90-second forearm plank, but I'll cut that in half for you all here. We'll do 45 cents. Hold in forearm plank. So in this forearm plank, try to keep your back straight. Imagine that I put my palm in between your shoulder blades and see if you can push up onto my hand. So in this position, you're not only working your abs, but also so you can engage your feet and your hands or your forearms. You push through the mat and let your knees fall down. Let your hips fall down. And your hands come to a number 11, so they're parallel with each other. This is a mild back bend called Sphinx pose. And then lift your hips back up and let your right hand plant, left hand plant. Shift your hips up and back. Let your hips fall onto your heels. You can keep your knees together or open them out wide for child pose just for a moment. Let your forehead touch the mat and then rock your forehead side to side. Lift back up to tabletop on the hands and knees. And then just sit back. Let your right foot come out and fold your left knee in. Hands up and then square your shoulders with your straight leg and fold down, straight forward. So right foot's out, grab your right foot with your left hand, take a twist over, maybe gaze over your right shoulder. Come back up to center, let your right hand come on the inside of your right leg, and take another side body stretch. Just like we did in the seated version and the standing, you can turn your chest up towards the ceiling. Okay, come back up and let your left hand come behind you. Lift up onto your foot and your knee and take a mild back bend here. It's almost like a wild thing we did earlier. And then let your hips fall back down to the mat. Switch sides. Right foot, right leg folds in, left leg straight. And take the forward fold here. Grab your left foot with your right hand. Take a twist over towards the left. Look over your left shoulder. And then come back up to center. Left hand on the inside of your left foot. Side body stretch. Turn your chest up towards the sky. Feel more of a stretch on your right side body. And then lift up, back up to vertical. Right hand behind you. Swing your left hand in circular motion as you lift your hips up. And let yourself sit back down onto your mat. Lay back, down, bend both your knees and set your right foot onto your left knee or thigh. Figure 4. And you can rock side to side. Maybe this is enough for you. Or you can start to work your right knee forward to the top of your mat. You want to go further from here, bend or lift your unit of the legs, and then you can interlace your hands behind your thigh or your shin. If you need more, then you can bring your foot and your knee inside of your elbow creases for baby cradle. And so let your feet come back to the mat, switch sides. In the same options here, take whatever you did on the first side. Release and let both feet come to the mat. Straighten out your legs. Actually, hug your knees in toward the chest, just like you did at the beginning of practice. Rock side to side. And then open your hands out to a T. Bump your hips over to the right. Let your knees fall over to the left. And see if this feels differently in your twist than at the beginning of practice. Inhale, exhale, knees come back up to center. Bump your hips over to the left, knees fall over to the right. And take your twist. Inhale, exhale, knees back up to center. And straighten your feet up to the sky. One last engagement before we end practice in our final Savasana. Feet up to the sky so you can bring your toes, come closer to your face. Again, same options at the beginning. You keep your head and shoulders down or lift them for a little bit more engagement. Hug in through your rib cages, squeeze your stomach more. And for a slow count of 10, lower the arm down to the mat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then melt down into your mat. Slow your breath. Come to stillness. And thank yourself for being able to take some time in your day to come here and practice on your mat. Being able to move. Being able to let go. And you can stay here in your homes and stay in Shavasana, your final rest. But if you'd like to get out of there and begin to move a little bit so we can close our practice, begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Rotate your wrists, rotate your ankles. Bring your knees up towards your chest and then roll over to your right side, resting your head onto your right hand. And feet over this knee. And slowly lift up to a seat. Hands to heart center. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through this mini practice. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. and just relax. Thank you. Namaste.
Whew. I would say I think child pose is still my forever favorite yoga pose.
Even more than laying on your back.
I mean, child pose just takes me to a great place.
Yeah, I mean, you're actually opening out your hips there, so you're doing work. Even though you may not think so.
Yeah, well, thank you again, and I hope everyone who participated enjoyed it. I think they did, and I'm sure there will be other people probably watch the video later. But would you like to say any last words about XL Yoga and what they're trying to do for our community?
Yeah, so right now we're trying to offer free classes. And if anybody's interested in figuring out the schedule or getting Zoom links for classes, just head on over to exhaleyogalouisville.com, and then you can sign up onto the mailing list, and then you should get an email every day for the links to classes for the next day. And then I teach on Mondays and Wednesdays right now during the time that we have to stay home for the coronavirus. So I don't know what the schedule will be once we're able to go out, but that's how it is for the time being. And we're trying to open up another studio in Middletown once we get back into the normalcy, whatever that is.
I hear you. Well, that's exciting. Yeah. Well, again, thank you very much, and I'm sure we'll be talking with each other later.
All right. Thank you for having me again.
All right. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.